Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek, and I am Penge, and welcome back to Crossroads Inn, and of course welcome back to the Tankard and Teapot, where everything is looking very, very lovely indeed, apart from all of the dirt and the grime and the mess and the grot. Ignore all of that kind of stuff. Other than all of that, everything is looking very, very good indeed. I mean, look, just here, it looks marvellous. There's all sorts of stuff going on. There's lots of people in here. It's very, very busy. Last time we got ourselves this whole kitchen bit sorted out. We seem to have a very sparkly cauldron. I don't really know what's going on there. The cauldron is sparkling. Okay, we've got a magic cauldron. That's absolutely fine. Got a grill and an oven and some storage shelves in the kitchen. So that's all quite good. I like the fact that we've got this sort of storagey stuff in and the kitchen is looking very good. Got our storage room with the little dishwashing thing in so we can have some clean dishes, which is marvellous. Got an outside bit so we can chop wood, so we can make firewood for all of our kitchen things, and a well so we can get water. But the big thing last time really was this just here, because we now have beds. So people can stay here, they can stay overnight and have a lovely, lovely night's sleep here and wake up feeling all refreshed and marvellous. Because yes, we've got guest rooms now, which is very good. So I guess in a way, we've turned from a tavern, which I imagine a tavern is a place where you can go and drink and eat, and like a bawdy kind of tavern. And I think an inn is where you can eat and drink and then also stay as well. I think an inn constitutes that. I'm not entirely sure if a tavern meets the definition of having these sort of beds in. But whatever the case, people can stay here, which is marvellous. And these have been pretty popular. These beds have been pretty much full since we put them in. And often people do sort of open the door, just have a little look in and see that the beds are full and then go away again. However, I have misunderstood how this works, and a few people in the comments, and thank you commenting people for correcting me on this, a few people in the comments have said, no, what you've done is you've mixed up the room types. So I was going to have a load of guest rooms along here. So I was going to have another guest room here, and another guest room here, and kind of split them up into rooms. But then no, apparently this is the wrong thing to do. So a guest room, which is what this is, so that's one of those. So a guest room, that's what this construction is just here. That is supposed to be a big room where lots of people can go in, and it kind of just gives you a clue here. So it says a standard chamber where tired travellers can sleep in the vacant beds to rest after their long travels. That is, of course, if they're comfortable enough with snoring and the nosy looks of other tired travellers, which implies that this room is supposed to be quite big. So this room is kind of like a dorm, if you like. It's like a great big dormitory type room. The rooms that I was thinking of building, which we are still going to try and build, but we might need to rejig things ever so slightly, were these private rooms. So that's what I thought that this was going to be, but no. So a guest room is different to a private room. So this is where they just want their own room. This is where they want their own little private space, and that's fine. We can work that. I can make this work. That'll be okay. But what we're going to do first is we're going to try and expand this out a bit, I think. I want to get the guest room a little bit bigger. The only thing is, it's really expensive to build anything in this. So we might need to just run time on a tiny bit. Let's come back down to the ground level. I've learned my lesson now about the levels. So we might need to just run time on to get some money coming in. We've got plenty of time to pay off the bank. Got loads of time. We checked that last time. I think we've got 18 days left. We have plenty of time to pay off the bank. So yeah, what we need to do now is just run time on. I like the way that there's lots of little sort of things about what they're doing and what they're thinking. This person here, just their head is empty of thoughts. They have nothing going on in their mind right now. Who are you? Are you one of my staff? Oh, you are. Oh, okay, right. Yes, you're one of our staff. You're just sort of lugging stuff around the place. So you're a drudge, I believe. I think that's what you are. So yeah, you're just sort of you're a little bit empty-headed at the moment. You're quite tired. Also, I do like the fact that you're, hang on a minute, your profile picture does not match your actual picture. I mean, you would have complaints on ye olde medieval Tinder right there, because you there, if we look at this, Eduardo on this little picture has he cuts quite a dashing figure. He's got himself this sort of wavy blonde hair. He's got a little moustache. He's got the mutton chops going down the side there, and he looks like quite a sort of heroic kind of figure. We cut to you. You seem to be lacking the hair. You do have the tiniest bit of moustache. But I mean, it's not the blonde one that was promised. So yeah, you're fibbing a little bit on your profile picture there. But never mind, never mind. So what we need to do is just move time on. We just need to get stuff going. We need to get some money in. Now, it has been pointed out that we could, in theory, go and take a massive loan from another bank. Because there are several banks. In fact, if we go and have a look around, we went to the bank that's in Yorvale, which is a part of World that we are in. There is also a bank over in Untermarch, which is a great name. There's the Untermarchian Bank. And if we go down this way, it was down here somewhere. There you go. The National Bank of Sambria. So there's 2 more banks that we could possibly go and have a little word with. Now, do they do the same kind of loan offers? Yes, they do. It's exactly the same. So if we took out 20 grand from them, in 20 days, they would want 22 grand back. But that would let us build up our sort of upstairs, our sort of first floor, and get that entire thing kitted out. Have loads of beds, have little private rooms. Maybe we could theme the place a little bit better, because our place is not very well themed at the moment. We've not got much sort of decor on the walls and what have you. So we could do some of that and try and attract different classes of people. Like, I want to get travellers in. I'd like to get the sort of the travelling people who are going through coming into our inn, because where we are situated must be very, very good for travelling folk, because there's people coming from here and here and here. It's a very, very sort of focal point around here, so that would be quite good as well. So I'm very, very tempted indeed to go and take out another loan. The only thing is, I know from experience with other games that taking out loans can sometimes be a terrible idea. Multiple loans often just ends up in all sorts of disaster. But I think if we can get that working, if we can get these working, I think that's going to be a very good thing. One thing we do need to do now, though, in fact, let's pause it, because we're going to move time on a little bit just to see how much money we do earn. But we're going to start fiddling about with the prices. Because a lot of people in the comments have said, you should increase the prices of things. Please make things more expensive. So a mug of lager, a lovely mug of lager. I think we do need to actually order some lager. And I think we need some tomatoes as well. I think the barbarian stews ran out of tomatoes. Yeah. So we need to get some lager and some tomatoes. We'll order that in momentarily. We want to charge a little bit more for these. So let's just make that 40. Table wine can be 42. Grilled sausage, we'll up that to 72. Barbarian stew can be 110, because that is very nutritious, but it has a lot of ingredients. And bread soup can go up to 75. And then I need to try and figure out how we adjust the price of the guest rooms. Do we do it in there somehow? No, it's not in there. Right, how do we change the price of the guest rooms? Is it in there? Rooms. Guest room. Aha, right, yes, here we go. So, to rent a guest room costs 35? Is that how we do this? I don't know. Let's put it up to... Oh no, sad face. It's got a sad face. They've got a content face just there. I'll keep it with a content face. So I think that's that. We don't click on the beds or anything, do we? We don't click on the beds to charge. No. No, we don't. Okay, that's fine. I think that's what we just did. I think that thing has just adjusted the room pricing. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we'll just move time on. In fact, no, we won't move time on. Hang on. We'll go back to here. Let's go back to the map. We need to order some lager, and we need to order some tomatoes. Now, another person in the comments said, you keep going to Crossroads, and that's fine. You keep going there and ordering your things, but sometimes that's more expensive than other places. You need to have a little look around. So if we go to The Incredible Farmers, which is a brilliant name, let's just have a little look. I don't know what some of these things do. What does that do? What is that thing there? What does this icon mean? I don't know what these icons mean. Well, we want to do some trading with them. So let's have a little look. So we want to go down, and they will hopefully have some tomatoes. So the average price... Here we go. See, I didn't realise this. I didn't realise this was here at all. The average price around where we are is 87.5 for tomatoes. They're selling them for 82. So that seems like a pretty good deal. So let's grab, I don't know, 50 of those. I don't know if things go off or not. I'm not entirely sure. So we'll order 50 of those. And then lager. The average price is 62.5. It's 63 just here. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite happy to stick the same sort of, use the same cart and just put some lager on. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of that. That will cost us 825 monies because we're paying a little bit for transport. That doesn't leave us with very much money behind, but hopefully with our increased prices, we should be able to maybe recoup that fairly quickly. So, okay, we'll have that. Thank you very much. We're now a little bit poor, but we are getting some farming people coming along, which is great. I like this as well. I do like this aspect of the game. You can see sort of the world going on around you. You can see how long it's going to take that little sort of little horse and cart type thing to reach us, which I think is great. I don't know what those things do. Okay, there's some icons at the bottom that I don't know what this is showing me. They really like cheese on toast there. They like whatever that thing is supposed to be. What is this? Some sort of very weird drinking kind of vessel. It looks like a tankard with an incredibly long kind of handle. I don't know what that is. It looks alright. It looks like bread with stuff in the bread. There's some sort of terrible bag of poison up there. I don't really know what this is showing me. I'm a little bit confused as to what that's showing me. And what's this thing here? They love pictures up there. They love old cupboardy things there. They love a bit of shield action over this way. I don't know what that's supposed to be showing me. Okay, fine. You know what? Let's just come out of that because that's confused me and I don't really understand. Maybe at some point later on in the campaign mode they will actually go through that. But yeah, that's not really the most obvious thing right now. Also, I noticed that there are tomatoes going into storage, which is very encouraging indeed. Do we have wood? Yes, we have some wood. Marvellous. So yeah, we just run time on then. Let's just see how we get on because, you know, they're doing with their cooking, getting on with that. People are placing orders. Hopefully people are going to start cleaning up a little bit, maybe. Could we get someone with a mop just to go around and do a little bit of tidying? That would be wonderful also. So, yeah, let's just put it on the fastest speed possible and just see if we do actually make a decent bit of coin. Right, so time has moved on a little tiny bit, and I've just been watching what's been going on. And yeah, we're making a nice bit of money from the people drinking and eating and what have you. But there are quite a lot of people coming up to this counter and saying, hello, I would like a room. Are there any beds? Is there a place to rest? All that kind of stuff. So I think we could be onto a winner if we expand this out a little bit. If we make this bigger, because we've only got capacity for 2 people right now, if we do manage to make that a bit bigger, that could be very, very lucrative indeed. I think that might make us a nice bit of money. The only thing is, it's going to be the cost, isn't it? It's going to be expensive. So 500 per square that we want to build. So we're going to need to build, at least, I did think about expanding this entire section out like that. That would cost us 10,000 monies. So we could go and get a loan for 20,000 and we could spend 10,000 of that loan, half of it, on just getting this space built. So I think that might be a little bit ridiculous right now because that's just going to end up in sort of financial ruin. What we could do is go and take out a loan to maybe expand out a little bit just here and then expand here as well. I'd like to get a room like this, but one of the fancy rooms in. So, a more sort of private room and then have this thing expanded over here. I think that could be very, very good indeed. Unless we just turn that into the fancy room. What are they called? They've probably got a proper name. A private room. So turn that into a private room and then make that a guest room. I think that could be quite good because then we don't have to rebuild another room just here right now. So I think that's what we might do. We are going to need to build a little bit extra just there. So we need a little bit of that corridor, that sort of empty room just to go here and here. And then we can put the door just here and have like a dorm area over here. So I think what we do is we get ourselves enough money. We go and take out another loan. We change our name. We put on a wig and put on a false beard and go in and try and get another loan. And maybe just build these squares here. So go to here. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. So 12, 13. So 14 squares. Right. I can't quite work out what that is. At 500. Is that 7.5 grand? Is that 7.5 grand? I think that might be about 7.5 grand. So I think we take out a loan of, how much is a bed? So we need 7,500 just for the floor, just to put the actual room structures in. How much are those nice beds? Because we're going to put the nice beds in as well. 250. So for every 4 of those, it's going to be another 1,000. So 7,500 to build the floor, 8,500, 9,500 to have another 8 beds in. So 9,500. They're probably going to want lights, because people are going to be pesky and want to, I need to be able to see and all that kind of stuff. So add another 2 grand on for that because candelabras are incredibly expensive. So it's what we are, 10.5, 11.5 grand Okay, so we take out 11.5 grand, another loan, and then we spend it all on upgrading this. So we've got 11.5 grand, and then we could take out a tiny bit more just to get some niceties, just to get some pretty things. So yeah, I want things that are going to draw in these folk just here. So what are they going to like? That's going to bring outlaws. That's going to bring the sort of the troubled, or they're called the distressed. What brings in these people? The traveller type folk. What brings in those? There. That's you, isn't it? Travellers. So lanterns, some torches. Okay, right, we can do that. We can work on that. So maybe we take out something like, we don't take out the full 20, because I think that would be bad. How about we pop down here? Where's the nearest one is over here. There you go, the Bank of Sambria. Should we go to the one that's further away? just so it's harder for them to find us. In fact, I think they're pretty much equidistant from us. I think they're in a nice equidistant sort of distance. So let's go to Sambria, because why not? Let's take out 30. Let's take out 14 and just treat ourselves. Loan amount 14 grand. There we go. 14,000 guldens. We've got to pay back 15,400 guldens in 20 days. We can keep extending that with our scrolls. So I think was it 2 scrolls meant we get an extra day of these economic gossip ones. So we can sort of drag that out a little bit if we're running low. But of course, we have another loan to pay off as well. Joke what though? Let's do that. Right, now let's pause time because now we've just got ourselves a big pile of money. So now let's try and rejig this, shall we? Let's sort of move all this stuff around. Okay, so here's the plan then. So go to here, grab ourselves an empty room. So right, do we want to carry that on to there? So an empty room there and an empty room there. Okay, and then get a guest room. The only thing is, I want to change that guest room. I don't want that guest room to be there anymore. Right, okay, so what we'll do is we'll build a new one. We'll build a new guest room just here. So we'll put a bit there, and a bit there, and a bit there. We'll just build this out. It says, this is very confusing. This is very confusing. I seem to recall this happening before now. So down here, cost 500. That's very clearly a 5. That's very much a 5. It's certainly 5 shaped as far as my education goes. Yet when I place this down just here, it says minus 300. Is it taking 300 or 500 off me? Let's have a quick look. 550. So it's 300 to build, not 500. Okay, so we've got a little extra bit of money to play with, which is very nice. Okay, so we need a door. We need to get a door into this place. That would be very helpful. We're going for the fancy sort of golden door type things because they look very extravagant. In terms of flooring, we wanted to change that to... Oh, what flooring did we have? Was it that? It's possibly that one. And the flooring isn't too bad. The flooring's quite cheap. We can just go, there we go. So some nice sort of lighter flooring to make it look nicer. And then they do not need all these niceties. They don't need mirrors and tables and things because this is not an exciting, fancy room. They don't care. So we can go to here, get ourselves a couple of the ceiling lamps, I think, actually. Let's just pop a couple of them in. So like that and like that. So that will make that room nice and well lit. And then we can go and get ourselves a number of beds. So how do we want to do this? Do we want to put them down the sides? Or do we want to put them... So I think we put them like this. So have a gap at the start and a gap at the end. And then we can put the other beds on the other side. So people can sleep sort of next to each other. We'll allow a decency gap. We'll have a tiny little gap. So how about then we put a bed there, and then a bed there, and a bed there. And then can we flip that round and then have a bed there, and a bed there, and a bed there? Is this a bit crazy? I mean, do we just flip it round? Hang on. Whoa, why don't we just turn them round like that? There we go. They're all uniform now. It felt a bit weird. There we go. So like that, I assume people can still get in. I mean, maybe we need to move it over a little tiny bit like that. And then have the next lot of beds there, there, and there. So we've got quite a lot of beds in there. Hopefully people will like that. And I don't think they need anything else. I don't think they need all these niceties. They don't really care. So, yeah, that'll do. I think we do that. You come in here, you go and find your bed, you have a sleep, and then you clear off again. So we've got lots and lots of beds now, which is wonderful. So now I kind of want to change this room, but there's people in these beds. What if I just sold the bed? Can I sell this bed? I can't even click the bed. I can't click the bed. It's just saying, no, you cannot interact with this bed. Hang on, what if I click on it now? Priority about. I know somebody's in it. Can we make it go away? No, it doesn't seem like we can make that go away. Okay. Yeah, I want to change this room. I want to change it to a fancy room, a solo sort of individual room, because it's got all the right sort of stuff in. But do I need to sell the room first? I can't sell the room while there's people in it, can I? I can't sell that because there's people in the room. There's things in the room as well. Yeah, that makes me a bit nervous about what might happen if I try and sell that room. Do you know what? Let's get this thing built first. Let's get the Magic Invisible Builders to come and actually finish the building work on this. I still find it a little bit strange that there's it's like the items are in, but the construction isn't. So at the moment, there's a load of beds amidst just all this building rubble. Yeah, whatever the case, I'm sure they'll get that done as soon as possible. Ta-da! There we go. So it is in. Now, I think these are our staff, aren't they? You are the staff person. You're coming in to sort of look at the bed. You're kind of, I don't know, making the beds a little bit nicer. Although they look fine to me. They look absolutely fine to me. So we'll have to see if that makes a difference. We'll have to see if that makes any difference to our profit margins or not. I really hope it does because we spent quite a lot of money on getting this in. Somebody there saying, do you have a bed? Yes, we do. Also, can we now get... Hang on. Right, pause for a second. Can we sell that bed? Yes. Okay, we are going to have to build the bed again, which is an annoyance. Hang on. Right, hang on. Can't we do something a little bit silly here? Okay, don't go selling things. So get that bed. Can we just chuck that bed? This is temporary. This is a temporary measure because this will look stupid. Right, put that bed there and then move that into that corner. Move the mirror to goodness knows where. Just there will do the job. And then pick the candlestick can stay. Move the table. Oh, that's the stool. Put the stool just there and put the table just there. Just sort of empty this room out. And then as soon as this person leaves, as soon as you clear off, we'll then sell... Well, no, then we'll move that bed over. Right, okay. Are you going? You've given us some money? Right, okay. Do this. Now, we only need one bed in here. So we could sell this bed and move that one back in. So let's do that. I'm sure there's probably a better way to do this. I feel like this is not the best way to do it. 225 for that bed. Lovely. And then how do we do this? Do we have to sell that? Okay, so sell. Oh, hang on. Wait, yeah, we are going to have to move the candlestick, aren't we? We're going to have to move the candlestick. Right, hang on. Come out of that. Candlestick. Whatever. Just there for now. That'll do. Wait till this person maybe has left the room. There we go. Right, and the door is closed. Now I think we go through and we sell. So sell that, and that, and that, and it's made a great big hole. Okay, I wasn't expecting it to sell this bit. I think I only pressed the button twice and it sold one of the adjoining corridor bits. Okay, this could be an issue. Let's put the corridor back in, madam. There you go. And then we'll have ourselves a private room here, and here. Okay, and we want to make sure that this private room is very nice. So yeah, let's go for a red. That's nice. That's a touch of class right there. Windows, yeah, but we'll have 2 windows. That's nice. And then go to here and move everything back in. So right, so get the lamp, put the lamp in. The table went in the corner, didn't it? Because you could look out over whatever we look at again. Those nice rocks. So that's good. So you can look out over some lovely rocks. Right, put the stool back in. Grab the bed, which is in a stupid place. So put that there. Grab the little chamber pot thingy. We could put that. Where can we put that? I mean, do we need to put it anywhere exciting? Just there, that'll do. And then the mirror was going against that wall, wasn't it? There we go. Okay, so now we've got a private room as well. So we've got the guests for the regular folk, the common people, which is marvellous, and then a room for fancy folks. And if I had a bit more money, I would get another one of those. But right now, I don't think we can afford that. I think that might be a little bit too expensive. It might be too costly. I've also just remembered somebody in the comments said that I'm missing something from the kitchen. Somebody said I haven't got all the items in the kitchen. So let's go and have a look at that. So all the items to prepare something. So we've got ourselves How is it this? Do we need a simple stove? Ah, maybe we haven't got one of those. So we've got a poor kitchen table, only the best for the tank and teapot. So a simple stove. We've got a cauldron, which is less shiny now. We've got a grill. We've got an oven. But yeah, we don't have ourselves a stove. Okay, right. Maybe we should drop a stove in. Also, I'm going to come down a floor, everybody. I've learned that lesson. Okay, right. Hang on a minute. Come out of that for a moment. Is there anything in those boxes? Have we stored anything in these? No. How about we get rid of that? We get rid of these and we put the stove in. So we move that along a bit because they're not doing anything. We don't really need them right now. I just put them in for sort of visual reasons because it looks nice. It looks taverny. But no, let's get rid of those. So sell those for 160. Thank you very much. Right, come out of sell. Come out of that. Right, grab that. Move that along over there for now. And then go back into there. Get ourselves a simple stove and swivel it around the correct way. Right, pop the stove just there. So all of our cooking things are in. Move that a bit nearer. And there we go. We now have all of the sufficient cooking things in. The ventilation in this room worries me a bit. Because we've got ourselves a cauldron. That's going to give off some steam. We've got a grill, which is going to give off smoke, surely. It's full of coals. An oven's going to give off sort of smoke. And this thing here, that looks very smoky as well. So, I mean, I assume we have the windows open. Or are we just going to slowly kill all our kitchen staff because they can't breathe? I think we might also treat ourselves to another table, because we've got the 4 tables here and they seem to be, right now they're not that busy, but at one point they were all full. So I think maybe let's just get ourselves another table. Now I'm thinking, can we just put it in the middle just here? So drop a table just there and then get this sort of the bench thing to go next to it. Is that enough room? I mean, it looks fine to me. That looks okay. I mean, it's cramped, but it's a ye olde medieval taverny type thing. They were always cramped, weren't they? So there we go. So another table. So that might help. That might help bring some more people in because there's extra capacity and all that kind of stuff. Now let's have a look at sort of prettifying the place. So we want to get the travellers in. So how about we go to all furnished mode, and then let's have a look down here. So that brought in travelly people, didn't it? Yeah. And these lights, I do like these anyway. They look good. So let's pop a light on the wall on... Oh, that looks a bit rubbish just there. It's right next to the door. Be careful you don't hit your head. Do you know what? Let's not put one there. Let's put a light just there. And we'll put another light over this side. Just there. There we go. So a couple of lights to make it look nice. And then the idea was that just here... we'd have a little outside area with some nice things. So, I mean, could we put a fence? Can we have a little simple fence or a long fence? And then just have something nice just here. Because the idea would be the wall is going to come down this way. But just here, we could just have something that just looks a little bit sort of pretty. So we could drop that, say, we can't put it there. Is that because the light's in the way? Oh, maybe that light's in the way. Hang on, can we move it over? Can we move the light? Can we put the light on the door frame? I don't think it wants us to move the light. Oh, that's a shame. Put it there then. Okay, right. And then get a long fence and just pop the long fence just there. And what can we put in here? There must be some nice stuff that we can put in there. Right, what do those people want? What do you want, traveller folk? It'd be nice if you could filter it on the style, wouldn't it? I don't think there's a filter that you can put on. So we're just going to have to just sort of try and click and guess what they like. So let's just go through and click many, many buttons and see what they're going to enjoy. Turns out they don't enjoy very much. They do like a notice board though. And we haven't not got a notice board. So can we pop a notice board somewhere? Which kind of does ruin my plans for this. But it might make sense to actually have a notice board over here. So let's move that to... say, oh no, we haven't got enough room because we don't own that bit, do we? Let's put another little light there and then move that fence back for now. And then can we get the notice board? Can we swivel that round? Pop a notice board in here. That might be quite good. They do quite like a notice board to the travelling people. I guess, so they can keep up to date with what's going on in the world and all that kind of stuff. Right, can we move that back this way? Can we pop that there? No. Oh, that's a shame. I don't really want it to be floating because I've been told off enough for floating things in this game. The floating sky palettes shall be my Oh, and now we have a floating lamp. Oh no, no floaty lamp. No, you're going back on the wall just here. That's absolutely fine. Are you on the wall just there? Is that on the wall? Yes. We'll just leave it like that. It's fine. There we go. That will do it. Do you know what? That's going to really irritate me if I keep seeing that. Go there, please. There you go. It's on either side of that window. It's a very special window. It's very well lit. Yeah, a lot of the other stuff just seems to be for... some of the stuff is for the townsfolk. I don't mind dragging the townsfolk in, because they're probably quite good. But a lot of it is for the distressed. So if we look here, a fishing net, distressed. And then a lot of the other stuff is for the outlaws, their baddies. So chains and all that kind of stuff. And more chains and a kind of skull. The outlaws like all that kind of stuff. So was there anything else that travellers liked? Right, hang on, let's go through. And they liked a couple of these. A torch. Just a good old standing kind of torch. Which I can't seem to put anywhere. Why can I not put a torch down? Hang on, am I on the right floor? Yes, I'm on the right floor. Why can't I put that down? Although that seems very high up to me. That seems like it's floating still. Oh no, it's a wall torch. Oh, hang on, can that go there? Oh yes, there we go. We can put that just there. I'm sure that's safe. A wooden torch burning next to the top of this wooden notice board. I'm sure it'll all be fine. And also to try and attract the townsfolk, I think we put a couple of stools by the bar. Just because it sort of looks like the right thing. If it's a bar, it should have a couple of stools next to it, like that. That makes it feel a lot better. We do have an elegant desk. Now this is quite interesting because up there... Oh, hang on a minute. No, hang on. There we go, up a floor. In here... I just put in a slightly terrible desk and a rubbishy stool. But maybe in this room, if fancy people are going to stay in this room, maybe we need to put in the elegant desk. Great for writing poems, memoirs, and threatening letters. Marvellous. So let's sell that and that. We'll get rid of those. And then how about then we put in a fancy one of those, like that, and then probably something nice to sit on. Although our range of chairs is not particularly brilliant, I'll be honest. Okay. Oh, they do like those chairs, though. Do the do the travellers? They love a particular type of chair. I think we'll put a simple chair in, like that. Just a simple, straightforward chair to go in there. There we go. So that's a little bit better. That's made that room slightly more appealing. And we've got just under 5,000 left. Oh, and the walls are all over the place. The walls, they just look terrible. Hang on. I know it's a complete waste of money, but I want the walls to look right. Okay, we went for that for the outsides, didn't we? Now, I think somebody said shift click, or was it control click or something? Applies to all the walls, did it? Oh, somebody might have told me that, but it does not seem to be the case. So yeah, we'll go through and do all of the walls. We won't do those ones. They're always going to be that colour. So we'll do that like that. That will do the job, I think. We'll do that for now. We'll stick with that for now. Oh, that's going to be the right colour. Like that. This is a bit weird. There's a great big hole in the side. I hadn't noticed we had a gap in the place. Okay, that's fine. It's an open air feature. It's good for ventilation. Maybe we need to put that over in the kitchen. And we have our first person staying in our new grand dormitory, which is lovely. This is very good. So hopefully a lot more people are going to come in here because we've just spent a heck of a lot of money on this. And if we're only getting one person in, that's not really going to pay it back, is it? That's not going to work. The banks are going to be on us and they're going to be quite cross. Also just here, they finished building this room because of course we had that weird state where all the items were in but the room wasn't complete. But now this room is in. I was going to say hopefully someone can clean that room. But the room magically cleaned itself just then when somebody walked in. Which is brilliant. I don't quite know how the room cleaned itself quite like that, but okay. Right, now we just need to sit back and just wait for the money to just pour in, which I assume it's going to do. Why does somebody keep nosing in there? Also, I can't help but notice actually we are getting a lot of. Somebody put, is this a self-service inn? And they have indeed stormed off. Yeah, that could be a bit troublesome, couldn't it? Maybe, right, can we get a new person now? A new servant. Okay, right, so servants went up to, I can't remember what they went up to. Servants got promoted to another tier, didn't they? But I can't remember what it was. We have a couple of servants now, however, available to us. Mirabella, who is a drunk gloomy, lazy, loyal person. You're not selling it. Your CV's terrible. Or we go for a cowardly, persuasive, sickly person. I'd rather have you, I think. I think I'd rather employ you. And you've got a mystery trait that we do not know yet. So yeah, I think that's probably better. What do they promote to? Servants go up to... I can't remember what they promote to now. But yeah, we worked this out last time. They get promoted to certain things, don't they? So, you know, like a kitchen hand gets promoted to a cook gets promoted to a chef, or whichever way round it is, that kind of thing. Go on, let's hire you. Let's hire you, Thekla. We just need another person. We need another pair of hands around the place. So you come here, go to here. You can wait tables. A minimal bit of cleaning. So waiting tables and innkeeping. That and room services. We're going to need more people to do room services, aren't we now? How about... Yeah, let's leave you on that. Let's leave you on that mix and focus on speed. Speed. Do things really, really quickly, please, Thekla. Just doing a little bit of a stock take. And yeah, we seem to be running out of mugs. We could do with ordering some more mugs because there's a big pile of them that are not washed. So we could do with ordering some more mugs. We're also going to need some more sausage and possibly some more bread as well. So mugs, sausage and bread. What an unusual mix of things we're going to go and order. So let's do this here. So let's go over to here. So, right, Incredible Farmers. You were quite good before. So, right, mugs. Do you sell mugs? I mean, your farmers. Well, bread, 56.2, and they're selling it for 48. So, okay, that's quite good. So we'll have a bit of that from you. Mugs. Oh, there you go. Average price 100. They're selling it for 83. Okay, these guys are great. I like these guys. What was the other thing we needed? Sausage. There we go. 150. They're selling it for 155. Okay, so the sausage is a bit higher, but the other two things are significantly lower. Let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots of that. That'll hopefully stay for a long time. We'll get ourselves 5 lots of bread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then mugs, wherever they were. Oh, this is going to be very expensive. This is going to be an expensive trip. So we've filled the wagon up. We've filled it up. 1,530. I'm very tempted to do a bit of haggling with our 5 of our economic green scroll things just to bring that down a bit. So let's haggle. Let's take 10% off that. That saves us 153 monies. So, okay. Yes, we will accept that, please. Please bring us some sausages, some bread, and some mugs. Yes, absolutely. Bring that over as soon as possible, incredible farming folk. And the goods have all arrived, which is brilliant. So hopefully we can start serving people drinks again. That would be very, very good. I'm hoping we have enough space to store all this stuff, because we have grabbed a load of extra stuff. We have got this storage thing over in the kitchen, which might be quite helpful. I'm wondering if we do need another storage shelf thing. Is that one full? I imagine that it looks pretty full. It looks quite full. 9 times 20. Storage 9 times 20. What does that mean? Just tell me how full this shelf is. Is it a full shelf? Visually, that shelf looks very, very full. But there's all these kind of little sort of... I don't know really what they are, but these sort of weird brown kind of parcel package things that have got stuff in. But no, there you go. I think they also put some stuff over here as well. Do they store stuff in here? Oh yeah, loads of mugs and things go in there. Oh, that's absolutely fine then. Yeah, good. So there we go. So all the stuff has come in. We have plenty of room for that. Money is coming in, 110. Bit of money there, bit of money here. Let's just check upstairs. How many people are in the beds? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that is brilliant. Nobody in the fancy room at the moment, but that's fine. I mean, somebody might have stayed in it and we just didn't see it. But there we go. This is good. So hopefully that's bringing in a nice amount of money as well. So yeah, now there's nothing much else that we need to do except keep on top of the stock and then just move time on, because our goal is to pay the bank debt. Now, I assume it means the original bank debt and not the secondary bank debt we've taken out as well. I assume it doesn't mean that. So yeah, we'll just sort of have to keep... I mean, that's going to take a heck of a long time. That's going to take a very long time because, yeah, this is going... It takes a long while to run through a day, and it's gone very dark. We've run out of candles. Okay, right, there we go. Hang on one moment. Are we entirely out of candles? Where's my stock thing? Yes, we are entirely out of candles. Marvellous. We could also do with possibly some more plates. So how about we go get ourselves... Oh, no. Plates, candles, and possibly beans. Plates, candles, beans, and onions. That might be useful as well. Okay, right, back we go. Let's see if the Incredible Farmers are good at this too. Onions, I bet they're good at. 56.2 as opposed to 52. So yeah, okay, so we'll take some onions. Plates, 96, average is 100. Okay, so we're getting a good deal on that. So we'll have some plates. Oh, what else did we need? Do we need... No, not garlic. We had onions. Candles. Yes, that was very important. Candles. Average is 112. They're selling them for 103. Okay, so we'll grab some candles. Do you know what? Should we just fill up on candles so they never run out? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 candles. What was the other thing we needed? We needed something else. Oh no, what was it? Okay, quite handily, you can have the resource window open as well as the purchasing screen, which is really, really quite useful. It was beans that we needed. However, the farmers, as incredible as they claim to be, don't actually sell beans, which is a little bit disappointing. I wonder if we can move that out the way. Like, can we click on another thing and see if we can open that up? Oh, okay, the other one just goes away. Okay, so we can go to that outpost. That doesn't seem to do anything. We can't buy from them. Dutral has... I don't know what that stuff is. There's the Old Bridge Market. Okay. So how are they for these things? Do you sell beans? Because we could do with some delicious beans. You don't sell beans either. Oh, botherations. Where can we get some beans from? Oh, so the little thing up here means establish a new trade route. So we can't trade with Dutral at the moment because we don't have a trade route with them. And if we click that, we don't have enough influence to actually make any trade with Dutral at the moment. So yeah, we're kind of stuck between either Crossroads, Incredible Farmers, or the Old Bridge Market. Let's just go and check Crossroads. They do sell beans, which is good. Their candles are possibly a bit more... Right, okay, now this is where I need to write things down because I'm going to place the exact same order of what we want. Oh, soap. Do we need some soap? We might possibly need some soap. And what I'll do is I'll write down, because there's no way to remember this. I can't remember what I'm ordering in 4 different places and then remember the cost of everything. So, yeah, I'll add everything in, chuck all the stuff in so we get some soap. We'll get ourselves maybe 10 wood just to make sure, a load of candles, some onions and all that kind of stuff. And we'll just see how expensive it is from all the different places. Okay, so I've run the numbers. It looks like the Incredible Farmers are the best deal, other than the fact they don't do beans. So we might need to make a couple of trips. We'll go to the Incredible Farmers, stock up on lots of stuff, and then we'll just go to Crossroads and just buy a load of beans, because I don't think anybody else sells beans. However, I didn't see you. I didn't see Peeping Tom up there as a merchant. Do you sell beans? Oh, you do. Okay, and your beans are very, very expensive beans. How are your candles? Are your candles a bit cheaper? Yeah, the beans are quite expensive. The average is 75 and they're asking for 87. Okay, hang on a minute. How much are Crossroads asking for beans? 84. Okay, right. So we'll go to Crossroads to get a load of beans because that's what we need to do because we do need some of those. So we'll just stock up on them. We'll just get as many as we can. So we'll just go, right, can we have a load of beans? Because I don't think things go off. So we could just invest heavily in beans and never ever need to get any of them ever again. I assume stuff just lasts forever. I assume stuff does not have a little kind of timeout. You know, nothing goes off or mouldy or what have you. So we'll get a load of beans from you guys for 1,360 monies on just beans, that's just very, very silly. So we'll go there and go yay beans, and then we'll go to the Incredible Farmers and we'll get the rest of the stuff. So we want to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lots of candles, and then we wanted to get ourselves some plates, so a couple of deliveries of plates, bit of soap I think might be quite useful, and there was onions, wasn't it? So onions, and that leaves us with 3 left because we did obviously have beans on my initial sort of order thing. So we'll get another onions, and then let's go back and get another lot of candles. There we go, 1,421. How much money have we got left? Oh dearie me. Right, okay, do we want to haggle that? 11 scrolls down to 6. It might save us a bit of money. Yeah, go on. There you go, saved 142. Yes, please. We'll have that. Thank you. Oh, dearie me. All the money's going to be gone very soon. I don't think we're charging enough for our guest room. I don't think we're charging enough for people to stay in our lovely, lovely, luxurious dorm area. Because it's 32, I believe, currently for renting a bed. and there's a very smiley face. There's a very happy mood face. So I think, could we drag that up so the mood gets a little bit darker around there? So it's still happy on 50. It's absolutely ambivalent on kind of 61. 62, it looks a little bit cross. Let's up it to 61. Let's make the most that we can out of everything. And then the private room, we can't charge any money for. Why can't we charge any money for a private room? What's going on here? Why does nobody love our private room? It's brilliant. I'd stay in there. And then again, for this here, I think we need to charge as much as we can before the face goes a little bit grumpy there. So are we doing the best we can? So that's 43 for that. Grilled sausage is going to be 75. Yeah, if it gets us a few extra coins each transaction, that's going to be very, very good. And bread, soup, put that up to 77 bad. Okay. 76 seems pretty good. Okay, right, so we've upped our prices to as much as we can. Now, hopefully the money will roll in, possibly. A chap just nipped into the toilet and said rats, and he's right, there is a rat just here, look. There's a rat just there. So, yeah, I think we need to put down a rat trap. Hang on a moment, no floaty things for us. So I think we do need to pop down a rat trap. Let's just put it right by the loo. Let's just go there, look, because that's presumably going to affect our influence or whatever, because people are going to go, hang on a minute, that place has got rats and that's horrible. So, yeah, we'll put that down. It's not that expensive. And I suppose if it makes a difference in the long run, I don't really know how they work. I assume the rat climbs inside and can't get out again. I don't really know. Yeah, it looks like they can't get out because there's horrible kind of spike things. So I guess there's a bit of food put in there, a bit of cheese or whatever, stereotyping you rat face, and they climb in and they can't get back out again. That's how I'm imagining that works. But okay, right, well that is down, so hopefully that rat will go away and people will not think we're a rat-infested hovel. Okay, so I've had to run it forward for quite some time. It's taken quite a long time to actually play through, but we've got ourselves over 6,000 guldens, which is lovely. A lot of the lights have gone out, all the candles have burnt out in the kitchen and the storeroom. The storeroom, that's probably not so bad. I mean, you might stub your toe on a barrel or something. In the kitchen, it's probably quite bad that there's no light. That's probably a terrible thing. Although, to be fair, when you light the grill, that's going to cast some light, isn't it? So, yeah, that'd at least be a source of light. But, yeah, if you're going over and using the little sort of chopping table thing, I would be a little bit wary of doing that in the dark. But there we go. So what I thought we'd do is, we've got to 6,267 guldens. I thought we would go up here. Let's go up to the loan of Yorvale. Let's pay off 3,000 of that. I want to keep a little bit back just in case we need to go and order some more food or alcohol or whatever. So let's pay back 1, 2 and 3. Oh, do you know what? Let's pay back 4 actually. There we go. So it leaves us with 2,267 and our debt is only 17,000. Oh my goodness me. We could be here for quite some time. Because it's very slow to earn a good bit of money. I mean, it's coming in. The money is coming in. But it's a little bit slow to come in. It's not exactly rolling in as quick as I would like. And we've got that loan to pay off. And then, of course, we've got the loan down here as well. We've got this one here. And we haven't even started paying that back yet, although that is a little bit less than the other one. And we've got more time. But still, that's another 15,000 that we owe somebody. So, yeah, this is quite challenging, this little bit here, where we've got to pay the loan off. It's not as straightforward as Uncle Martin popping up and going, hey, by the way, look, here's a load of stuff I found down the back of the sofa. Here's 10 grand and we can pay it all off or whatever. We've actually got to sit and wait. We've got to run time on and keep things going. So what I might do is, we might just run things through next time and I'll just play the game until we've got ourselves a good amount of money. And then when we come back next time, maybe we'll have ourselves, I don't know, an extra 10 grand or whatever. Because otherwise, it is just going to be a lot of not much happening, except, just sort of keeping things going, making sure we've got stuff in stock. I'm also a little bit confused about the dishwashy thing. I think it might be bugged because nobody is actually washing any dishes. People's not actually doing anything. This is set. I set it to the maximum priority possible, but nobody is coming along to actually do anything with it. So I suspect maybe that is bugged. Let's just check. Is it facing the right way? Is that facing the right way? Yeah, so it's in a good place. it's just not working. So we might have a problem at some point with a lack of mugs and tankards and drinking vessels and things, but we'll deal with that as we come to it. But I suppose at least we have our big room here, and it seems relatively popular. At one point there were 5 people in here, which is quite nice. So it's not full, but it's looking pretty good. And we might deploy a town crier as well, or two, just to drum up a little bit of business and get people into the inn. But I think what we'll do is we'll wrap up for now, and we'll come back next time. We'll hopefully pay off our loan next time. We'll complete this bit, so we'll pay off the bank debt, and then we'll be able to move the story onwards. Because I think this is kind of where we're stuck. We're stuck on this bit. We can't pay the bank debt, so we don't know what's going on in the campaign mode, because it's sort of ground to a halt whilst we work on this. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll come back. We'll get this bit sorted, and we'll see what happens next in the story of Crossroads Inn. But we'll finish up for now. Hopefully you are still enjoying this. If you are, then please do leave a like. That would be splendid indeed. And also, if you're not already, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with how we get on here in Crossroads Inn. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I will see you next time.
So here we go. Let us start the battle for Penjonia. There's one lonely Santa taking on chickens all on his own, you lunatic. The dinosaurs are just eating the tables. You're from the future. You should be able to kill some tin hat Nazis. Come on. Do you not know how deadly chickens are? Oh, he does now.